Introducing first, representing the main event, at a total combined weight of 525 pounds, individually, first from Norfolk, Virginia, the meta-human Duke Davis, and from the Florida Keys, Pro Wrestling All-Star, Ganon Jones Jr.
The perfect combination of size, speed, power, and agility. I'll say it again. For my money, the best tag team anywhere in Pittsburgh, bar none, the main event. Let's face it, over my career, I have faced some of the best tag teams in the country. These two gentlemen are definitely in that class. You know what, I'll just add on to the relocation, add on to the all three of us agree. I'm fully on with both of you guys. This is one of the top tier, biggest spreads in all of the tag team division by far. These guys have been to Canada, they've been to New York, they've opened for companies that are just now starting with over 2. Look out! Everhart launched at the main event. Let's keep in mind the main event had taken out both Everhart and Tyler Cross on different occasions.
And without a doubt, 2018 has not been kind to the System Elite, especially when it comes to the main event. But you can see they're wearing them out right now with some of that frustration.
System Elite has questioned themselves as a tag team. Can they still compete at the highest level after all the injuries, all the setbacks? Can they still hang in there with the best tag teams around? We're going to find that out here tonight.
I mean, that's a real good question that you raised, Jim. You got to think back since the beginning, but right now we're here at the 2-year anniversary mark of Rise Wrestling. System Elite has been here since day one, but because of injuries and all the setbacks, they're still wondering, do we have it? I think about it, looking at them right now, they definitely still have it, but it's all about how strong can you finish.
Well, they better figure it out real quick, because if you start to doubt yourself against a team like System Elite, you are definitely going to find yourself on the loser's end of the purse. So Ty and Edric, they better come to grips right now. Can they do this or not?
Well, if you're a betting man, you have to go with the main event for one simple reason. The main event is undefeated at Rise. Over 2 years undefeated in tag team competition. Whether it be the Philly Marino Experience, whether it be Honey Bear, whether it be Ron Mathis and Bruce Gray, etc., etc., etc. Nobody has defeated the main event in the Stronghold. The main event is money. The main event is batting 1,000. So certainly System Elite have a very steep mountain to climb here tonight.
And let's face this is no easy task to remain undefeated in a company like Rise with the top-tier talent, top-tier tag teams that have come through that door. You mentioned many of them, Jimmy. It's a very, very difficult task to remain undefeated. And the main event has done that so far. But can System Elite end that party tonight?
I think to add to that, Paul, you know, just in general, I mean, it's hard for, 2 years to stay undefeated just as a singles competitor, let alone when you need to have that camaraderie as a team, and yet they were still able to do it. I mean, that's a real strong feat.
You're right. These two guys, as you mentioned, have traveled not just the United States, but North America together. They've lived together. They've trained together. They travel together. They eat together. They party together. And that is the main thing about tag teams. You've got to become family. You've got to become one. Like they've said before in this business, you know, when you're traveling the road with somebody so often and so long, family becomes strangers and strangers become family, and that's what they need right now to stay successful.
The main event is tag team continuity personified. And on this stage, on this night, when we've had Super Hentai in the house, we've got Chris Hamrick in the house, we've had tremendous fights all up and down the card. System Elite, they're going to have to ask themselves, are they still as good as they once were? But right now, they are experiencing the main event 101, power and precision. Lateral press here.
Yeah,
Everhart
I know I've
escapes.
sung the praises of the main event just a bit here tonight, but that is not to put down System Elite.
Oh, by no means necessary.
These two guys are, without a doubt, top-tier tag team. They have been for a long time.
They were the standard in the tri-state area when it came to tag team wrestling. It's just the past 12 months have not fared well for System Elite.
Yeah, and when you're on top for so long, every great team, be it a tag team, be it a football team, a baseball team, a basketball team, every so often you're going to hit a low point. But what separates the champions from the contenders and the pretenders are the ones who can rise above that adversity. And that's what System Elite needs to do here tonight. They need to rise above the adversity that they faced in 2018 and get a victory over the main event and get themselves right back in the mix. And
I think it's I'm sorry to cut you off there, but I think that's definitely a perspective that we need to look at. Whenever I see Ganon going to work over there in the corner, but I think that's definitely a perspective to look at. Is when you look at System Elite, I mean, with any type of wrestler, when you're on top and all of a sudden a situation that's out of your hand, an injury that's out of your hand, all of a sudden sidelines you second guess things. You sit at home, you stay awake at night wondering, do I still have it or should I hang in the towel? And then there's sometimes a little light that goes off that says, I need to get back on top by any means necessary. You don't know that you've lost something. You don't know how much it takes to get it back until it's already gone.
And we're going to find out. That's exactly what we're finding out right here. That's what this matchup means. How will System Elite handle that adversity?
So I can definitely sympathize with the Rev. I have been in that position in this business. I have been injured. I have been sitting home on my couch watching the other wrestlers perform night in and night out, doubting myself, wondering, can I get back to where I was? And every time you dig down deep, you train extra harder, you get up at 3 in the morning, you get into that gym and you stay there for 6-8 hours a day training to get yourself back to the top. Because once you've had a taste of success, you always want it.
And right now we are seeing the physical tools of the main event at work. Notice how Ganon Jones Jr. just used his height advantage to put Everhart back down on the canvas.
Not just height, but you notice he's leaning against him with all his body weight. He's making Edric Everhart carry his body weight, wearing him down.
And you can hear Everhart screaming, trying to summon the energy, trying to find it. And we know that System Elite is as resilient as any tag team.
That is a world-class drop kick from a gigantic man.
Ganon Jones Jr. is 6'5", 6'6", and just threw a drop kick as good as anybody in the business today. A tremendous, a beautiful vertical leap.
Not only is he 6'6", but he's got to be at least 275 pounds. That's a big man to get that high in the air.
Absolutely.
And at this pace, it may be a matter of time before the main event puts a punctuation mark on this platform of our 2nd anniversary celebration.
Edric needs to make a tag as soon as he can.
He may not have that opportunity, Rev.
Absolutely, and that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, Duke...
5 minutes gone, 5 minutes.
Duke Davis is staying on him, and they're making sure that at most they're trying to do is cut that ring off in half, keep him on the side of the main event. And it's just like any other game. When you realize you have the lead, you're not trying to do anything quick or flashy. You're just trying to keep that good old pressure on them all the way until the 4th quarter runs out. That's what the main event's doing right now. They're trying to milk that 4th quarter.
Well, yeah, and here we go. You want to talk about pressure?
Targeting the knee.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Jimmy. The main event has gone after that knee, gone after what they have injured before. And let's face it, whether you're a world-class athlete or not, once a body part has been injured, it is susceptible to injury again and again. And it's
Lateral press.
That was very close.
Paul, I don't mean to bring up a sore subject, but you can speak on knee injuries.
Yeah, you know, I just go straight to the x-ray machine at the airport now because I set off every metal detector there is.
How tough is it, both physically and mentally, to come back from such a critical injury? Because if you can't move your knees, you're not competing in athletic competition.
Well, that's your base. That's where your power comes from, the drive in your legs. And when that knee is injured, you lose that power, you lose that base. So it takes extra time. You've got to train your legs in the gym harder than ever to get that power back. But that knee is a very delicate instrument when it comes to the overall construction of a leg. And it can be injured again very easily.
Now, you know, I don't know if you know about
Look out!
Oh, my God. I don't know if you know about this, Paul, but if you're still having some injuries, the ref knows a guy. I can reach into the offering. We might be able to purchase you a life alert.
Dude, don't you worry about it. I got the best surgeons in the business that have worked on me. I could still probably climb in there and teach you a lesson.
All right, guys, before we get a fight up here, Edric Everhart's in a bad way, and Tyler Cross wants to start a fight in the ring, but Tyler Cross is not doing Everhart any favors.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he can't stand to see his buddy getting beat up much more. I can't really blame Ty for this, but yes, he's falling right into the trap of the main event.
Tag Team Wrestling 101. Something as elementary as a slam just has that added emphasis, that added impact when it's done from someone as tall and as powerful as Ganon Jones Jr.
You gotta think, it's almost like, you ever been younger with my sister and I, we had to sleep in the same room, a bunk bed. I was on the top. I would fall off. I know that sounds a little creepy, but I was in a bunk bed. Will fall off. It's no different. This guy's like, what, like close to 7 feet tall. When you're falling like that, I mean, there's no type of give whatsoever. Just like Paul was stating earlier in the show. I mean, wood, metal, that's everything. All that's going against flesh and bones. There's nothing forgiving about it.
Wait a minute. Everhart avoids the contact.
Oh, big German suplex.
Release German drops Ganon right on his head, but can Everhart make a tag because it's a pivotal point in this contest right here.
And unfortunately, the place where Ganon landed, he's still between Edric and Ty Cross. Edric has got to get up and around Ganon in order to make it to Ty.
And this is that momentum swing that needs to fall in the favor of System Elite. Can they make that tag? He
got
makes the tag to Ty Cross. Ganon's still in the ring. Duke tries to come in.
Ganon Jones Jr. is on Dream Street. He's seeing cobwebs. And now it may be payback time for the main event.
Ty Cross has been waiting for this moment to get tagged in by his friend Everett.
Ganon cuts him off. Swing and a miss.
Tag.
There was a blind tag there. There was a blind tag there. Shades of the Midnight Express.
And Cross doesn't realize that it's Duke Davis and is a legal man.
Oh! Big boot to the face.
He got tattooed right between the eyes.
I would not be shocked if his nose wasn't broken.
That's that size 15 that no one wants to talk about. And you might see a boot print on his face after this match is all said and done.
And Edric may get bugged here, but he suckered Duke in.
That's right. Notice that tag team experience. Suckering Duke Davis in.
System Elite has to be resourceful here. They have to make the most of this opportunity. Springboard face crusher.
He got him. He caught him with all of that.
Notice Duke has not been down. He's trying to get back on his feet. This is insane.
Will System Elite be the first team to defeat the main event?
Wait a second.
Cover!
Whoa! Did he get him? No!
Just inches away.
10 minutes gone, 10 minutes.
History shows just two.
Inches away from a historic victory for System Elite.
You can hear some of the fans. They said that's 3. Others are saying defense. I don't know what's going on. All I can tell you is that this is one of the greatest matches in the tag team I've ever seen.
I don't know if that was 3 or not, but let's face it, we have no replay in wrestling, so we got to go with what the referee says here.
Wait a minute, I believe Duke Davis may be very hurt right now.
Ganon just looked at the playbook on his wrist. I think Ganon's trying to call for an audible, but it might not be that for System Elite.
Ganon rolls through.
Oh!
That big boot
Cross
again.
ran into a boot. Look out!
Oh my God!
Everybody!
That is an incredible move from a man that size.
This is how much this means to the main event. Can they capitalize right here?
Remember, Duke Davis is legal!
Oh my gosh!
2 count again.
Guys, we talk about one of the most intense back and forth matches at all. How about this tag match we're seeing tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, no matter how this comes out, I have to say emphatically, System Elite is back.
Is he going for it again?
Ganon's looking to end this thing. He's going to take a chance.
Oh, buddy, oh! I don't think we've ever seen the
Look
main
out.
event.
System of Wheat.
Oh! Sam with stupid kick.
I don't think we've ever seen the main event in this much trouble here at the Stronghold.
Their 2-year undefeated streak is in serious, serious jeopardy right now.
Without a doubt, this is the most I've ever seen them down and out. I think this could be all over here very shortly.
System of Wheat looking to put Duke Davis away. Rolling elbow, and Ganon cuts Everhart off. It is a human chess match in the squared circle right now.
Every second counts, just that little bit of them trying to make sure they're on sync. That's all it takes. And Ganon, it's almost like pulling that pull when you're running that I-39 stick play.
Cross looking for that sleeper, but can he cinch it in?
Well, the referee is definitely of the law here tonight.
Wait a second.
I mean, what does Ganon has that cooler, and he just smashed Cross right between the eyes with it. Cross just gets dropped to the canvas. And forget about it.
In a time of 13 minutes, 15 seconds, your winners Duke Davis and Ganon Jones Jr., the main event.
Whether you guys like it or not, hey, the heart of it is sometimes the ref doesn't see everything. They knew exactly what they were doing. Smart move on Ganon's part. They wanted to keep that win streak. Hey, the main event's in the 2-year anniversary show, still being undefeated. I'm touching it.
By any means necessary, the main event maintains their position as the best tag team in Pittsburgh. But what does System beat on this day, on this night? These are System Elite.
Like I said before, I'll give props to the main event on this victory. But after what we saw tonight, System Elite is definitely back.
And I'll say it one more time. I defy anyone to find a better tag team in any promotion. The main event sets the standard in Pittsburgh for life.